The silent hours. While investigating the murder of D.D. Blanchard, we find there are many hours surrounding the crime scene that are unaccounted for. What happened during these times? There were no text messages, no travel logs. Just silence. What can we interpret all this silence to mean? Let's take a closer look. From 9:25 p.m. on June 9th until 10:01 p.m. Nick is trying to get Gypsy to reply to him. About half an hour and she is silent. She finally answers at 10:08 p.m. I'll just be in my nightgown with painted pink nails and lip gloss. What was Gypsy doing during this time that she couldn't text back to Nicholas? At 2:07 a.m. Nicholas texts Gypsy that he is at the door. He tells her to open the door and then go into the bathroom. Gypsy texts back, "Yes sir. I'm going now sir." Breathes once. After this we don't see any communication. We are told in the Greene County Sheriff's Office casebook that the cab didn't come to pick up Nicholas and Gypsy until 5:30 a.m. What happened in all those hours between 2:07 and 5:30? What happened in these silent hours? Nicholas and Gypsy had testified that Gypsy went to hide in the bathroom and covered her ears, while Nicholas went into Dee bedroom and started jabbing her in the back. Nicholas said during his interrogation that he jabbed Dee 4 times and cut her throat. It only took about 5 minutes, Nicholas told the detective. So what else happened in all the time before the cab arrived? Here are some case logs made from detectives for the D.D. Blanchard case. 10:01 p.m. on June 8th. Gypsy texts Nick, "I've made peace with my mom." What did she mean by this? 10:04 to 10:16 on June 9th. Gypsy texts Nick, "She'll be sleeping soon. Tell me when you're close." 10:38 p.m. 164-second outgoing voice call from Dee Samsung S4 to the contact saved as Kim B. We assume this is Kim Blanchard, a friend who lives in the neighborhood. Tell me, why would Dee be calling Kim Blanchard if she was nearly asleep? The log says the call was just routine chit-chat. Nothing about a murder. No doubt Kim Blanchard told the police this. Upon further inspection it's obvious Gypsy called Kim and spoke for a minute and 4 seconds possibly to tell her that her mom was already dead. Of course this is speculation on my part. But why did Kim's husband David climb into a window of the house to inspect it before the police did? They're trying to hide something. More case logs show that at 2:32 a.m. June 10th Gypsy sends Nicholas a message through Facebook Messenger. The previous messages were on her phone through Skype. The message reads, "The deed is done," with a smiling devil emoji. Why would Gypsy need to text Nicholas if they were right near each other? Is it possible Gypsy hadn't let Nicholas into the house yet, and he was still waiting outside? Is it possible Gypsy had jabbed her mother herself and let Nicholas know there was nothing he needed to do? The cab driver did state she saw Nicholas walk up to the door of the house, but no one saw Nicholas go inside. The autopsy for D.D. Blanchard states, "It is my opinion that Claudine Blanchard, a 48-year-old white female, died of injuries of the neck, back, chest and abdomen, due to multiple, 17, jab wounds and multiple incised wounds." This was what they call a crime of passion. Someone who was very angry at D.D. caused all the jabs to her back with, in my opinion, 2 different knives. The jagged wounds were from the knife seen in the court photos. The others might have been from a box cutter that was seen in crime photos, or a paring knife that was also seen in the kitchen drawer. Regardless, it's very possible that Gypsy caused all the harm and Nicholas was still outside. That's the only explanation for the text telling Nicholas the deed was done. This would also explain why it took Gypsy so long to clean blood off the carpet in the living room, hallway, mother's bedroom and bathroom. If Nick only jabbed D.D. 4 times, but cut his finger also, why would there be blood all over the carpet all over the house? Was that what went on in the 3.5 hours that passed from the time Nicholas arrived at Gypsy's house to the time he got a cab to the Days Inn? Web sleuths took the information from Nick's trial in 2016. Blood in the sink and blood found on the red part of the weapon's handle was Gypsy's and Nick's as well as D.D.'s. How did Gypsy's blood end up in the sink and on the weapon if she didn't have a part in the jabbing? She may have even done the whole crime herself. Nick was just there as the fall guy. Nick said he only jabbed Dee Dee 4 times. Nick also said there was something he would take to his grave.
Is he trying to protect Gypsy?
A couple of minutes after Gypsy texted Nick the deed was done, she texted this. Get the knife wipey. I'm shaking. Tell me when you're cleaned.
So again, the question is what happened in the 3.5 hours since Nick arrived? Someone jabbed Dee Dee.
Someone got blood all over the rugs of the house. Gypsy cleaned up the blood. Then Gypsy had sex with Nicholas. There are many evidence markers showing spray bottles with cleaners in them all over the house.
This proves Gypsy was trying to remove any trace of blood, but she didn't do a very good job at all.
There was still blood in the carpet and splattered on the wall and in the kitchen.
There are also several pictures of paring knives in the open kitchen drawer and a pocket knife on the bathroom's countertop.
There was also a box cutter found in the crime scene photos.
The last things we are told that Nick and Gypsy did was they packed her suitcase and backpack. Gypsy also put the large knife used to murder Dee Dee into an envelope addressed to Nick's house in Wisconsin.
Then they called for the cab to bring them to the Days Inn.
What do you think really happened the night of Dee Dee Blanchard's murder?
Do you find it hard to believe, as I do, that Gypsy ever hid in the bathroom while Nick jabbed Dee Dee? Or do you think there's a whole other story no one is telling us? Please like, share and subscribe. I appreciate you all.